Hi, welcome to another session of Can I Have Another? I'm Mike. We are here today at Mary's in New York City and Orchard Street. Did I say that right? Orchard Street. Sorry. We are here today with our bartender,
Jimmy.
Timmy. Hi, Timmy. How you doing? Thank you for joining us.
I'm good.
That's very nice.
Thanks for having me.
So, for someone who's never been to this bar, how would you describe Mary's NYC?
I would say it's like, I feel like everybody is familiar with like what a neighborhood bar is, and I'd say this is kind of like a neighborhood tavern. Because it's like you can come here, you can have beers, shots, spirits, but also we have like a cocktail menu that's like classic adjacent, and we have elevated bar food here. And I think a lot of times people, when they think of neighborhood bars or neighborhood taverns, their brain just goes to dive bars, and I think we're just not like that.
What do you think the difference between this and a dive bar is? Like that's.
We don't have spray paint on our walls in the bathroom. I would like to think the bartenders are nicer. At dive bars, like I think you're allowed to be meaner, and it's kind of like endearing.
It's roughneck, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I think if we were kind of mean, people would be. We can't get away with it.
I feel this bar. I think this bar is very homey. Like you're very nice, homey. It's nice, very nice, and
it doesn't feel dangerous at points.
No.
That's somebody I love dive bars, but
I
just
we like bars just barely just going into bars.
Yeah.
Do you know what's the story behind Mary's? Like, how they got that name?
Yes. So it's two of the brothers who are owners named it after their grandmother Mary, because they also own another sister bar in Park Slope that's been around for about 9 years, I think. I guess when you interview Ricardo, he can clarify that because he's been there longer than me. And now it's called the Commissioner, and that's named after their grandfather. So
awesome.
who was
Yeah, I like that.
Because he was the commissioner for, I always forget it. Ricardo, remember it. It's not police, because it's like he did like internal operations. No, something. I always forget it.
So
Ricardo, remember.
What if he was like a New York City commissioner or something like that?
No, yeah, it's like he dealt with like corruption of like price fixing of milk and ticket sales.
Interesting.
Which you should probably bring back now, because there's
especially price of some things.
Yeah, with ticket sales.
So if Mary had a personality, or Mary, sorry, well, if Mary had a personality, how would you describe it?
I think welcoming. I would like to think I would hope that if you come in here, you feel like you're a regular, even if it's your first time. So if Mary's the bar was a person, not the real person who I never met. I would just like to think that's like the type of person that you can feel comfortable with, and
I could say I agree with that, because as soon as we walked in, like I'm sure you never saw our faces.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like if we've been here forever. And I'm just like, oh, I've been here already.
And then you pulled out the podcast. We're like, oh, it's you guys. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Never mind.
Oh, wait.
Is there anything like when people first walk in here that they comment about?
The decor of the place. I think it's a lot of times people think that this has been here for like a lot longer than it has been, because it's been shy under 2 years.
Yeah, that's what you were telling us.
And even and they did all this. This bar itself is like an old bar from like over 100 years ago, but it was like in a warehouse, and then they refurbished it. But all like the walls and the green and the ceiling, like that was all they built themselves. So like when I came in here, I was like, for my interview, I was like, oh wow, like I love that you kind of kept the decor the same as the bar previous. And they're like, no, we spent like 16 months like building out this bar. Like this is, so that's the first thing people think. It's like,
You wouldn't know.
I do like it like this, yeah.
also a name like Mary's is so many bars with like women's names that you're just like, oh, I've been there. It's like like when I got hired here for the opening, my friend's like, oh, I've been here. I'm like, you have not been here. It has not opened yet.
So is there like a time like during holidays or anything when this like really comes alive, or is it
I
like
would
in sports or stuff?
I would say this time of year, like fall to winter, uh, just because like this place I feel is pretty cozy and
It does look cozy. It feels
Yeah.
cozy
Yeah.
too.
it's like or it's like on the summer when it's like raining hard, like the elements, this place kind of get fills up. It's like we got a bunch of like rooftop bars around here that maybe on what's it, November right now, like it's around this time of year people come in. We have the fireplace back there.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Like, that's great.
So how long? Let's go back into your story. How long have you been a bartender?
I first started bartending full time about 11 years ago. Yeah.
Has it always been here, or you've been bouncing around?
I grew up in Brooklyn, so I've always been around here. I when I was 19, I would do like catering, bartending stuff, and I would just be kind of winging it. But it wasn't until like I got a real bar job. I was 24, and it was actually like through nepotism because I had like very like limited bartending experience. I was a server, and my mom there's a neighborhood bar in my neighborhood that my mom was a regular at, and they were looking for a bartender, and they got me there, and I was probably the youngest bartender by like 30 years, and that was I was there for a few months, and then I got fired, and I kind of after that I like moved on to the next bar, and I learned more, and at that time I looked back. And I was like, oh, they fired me. Like, I was a good bartender. They shouldn't have fired me. And then looking back, I was like, no, I was not a good bartender at that time. Like, they should have fired me.
Well, going back, how was your first shift? How'd you feel? Nerves? Anything going on?
Well, that was a place that would call itself a neighborhood bar, but it was more divey. I would say that's kind of
It's like a 2-drink bar, no special like martinis and stuff like that.
No. It was like daunting, and I had to like lean on like, oh, I'm Bonnie's son, like the first few times to like, for all the old timers to not yell at me. But no, I did like it. It was probably, since then I did a lot of different types of bartending, but that was like, it's funny I ended up at a place like this because it was like a real front-facing job of like talking with customers and everything and like making people feel comfortable. I probably wasn't I would like to think I'm better at that now, but that was my experience with that bar.
So, like, I guess we asked everyone else. So, apparently, bartending school was not a thing.
No.
Okay. Most people haven't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do
bartending,
bar
so
school.
that's
Everyone's been just a natural
what-
learn behind the bar.
Yeah.
So,
Anytime somebody is like, oh, I went to bartending school, I'm like, oh, cool, because I don't want to be mean. But if they say, I'm thinking of going to bartending school, I'm like, don't do that. Like, honestly, like, start as a bar back, start as a server, get comfortable behind the bar.
that's
Like,
exactly what everyone keeps saying too.
Yeah.
Which is great because I'm like, I don't think you. I mean, I don't want to say anything about bartending schools, but I'm saying like at this point you don't really need them as much because someone will teach you.
yeah, and it's honestly, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I got this job through a referral, and because I could have as well of a resume I can have, or as anybody can have, you don't really know until they're behind the bar. Like, that's why like referrals and vouching for you is a lot. Like, you really learn by doing. Like, I've done I've bartended for 12 years, and I've worked at like clubs and high-end cocktail bars and dive bars, and I walk here, I'm like, I don't know where anything is. Like, I immediately, every new job, I feel out of my element.
So, what's your favorite drink to make? What's the least favorite drink to make?
My least favorite drink to make is probably a mojito. We don't have mint in house here,
Okay.
so it's not a problem here. Just because I can't make if somebody orders like 3 of them by the recipe I use, I would have to use 3 separate tins. I can't batch it together. Also, it's a drink that like when somebody sees it, everybody else wants to see it.
Yes.
I don't see people order it as much anymore. Maybe this place doesn't scream mojito, but like when people order espresso martinis all the time, I'm like, that's fine. Not my favorite drink, but
I feel like that's one drink everyone says that a special martini and an old fashioned.
Well, I mean,
Those are
everyone's
3.
like half and half
Yeah.
right now at
Yeah.
this point.
I like making drinks I enjoy to drink, like a Negroni or a martini. So I could do a little straw test. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I would like this. I think I did do it. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite part about working behind this bar?
This bar particularly. Yeah, I like the like social aspect of it, of like talking to people, and by its location, you get a lot of like interesting people come here. There's a lot of hotels around here, and I think it's different than like other neighborhoods where like people come and stay here. It's like a cooler neighborhood, and I meet people. Just meeting a bunch of different people, you're learning a bunch of stories, and also I like because like I've been here since the beginning. It's cool to like see how it's grown, and like people who I met once who then become like so-called like lifetime regulars and everything, and it's nice to just like have that.
So now that you say like there's hotels and stuff around here, and people just walk in, is there like a funny or wild story that ever happened?
A funny or what story?
A wild story that you've had that can be said on this.
I know, that's what I'm trying to think about.
Because I'm like that. No names.
No. Just their last names. No.
Last name, social, everything else.
Not from the hotel, but it is like.
Because in the vicinity where everything is here.
Yeah, there have been times like, thankfully this place is like, no, we don't really get much riffraff here. But there is like a certain day I would work with it, and we have security on the weekends, but there's like some days where it's just me and like somebody walks in and I can just kind of feel the energy. We get a lot of it actually hasn't happened anymore, but there was like a month where we were just getting a bunch of like fake hundreds, and and you'd always know because the person would order weird. Like if they just sat down and were normal and ordered a drink and ordered food and then just like left 100 and walked out, I probably wouldn't have.
Even those, yeah.
Don't do that though. Now I will. Now that this is a podcast, I shouldn't be giving.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I shouldn't be giving these methods out.
Yeah, we'll cut that part out. We do not know which bar this is at.
Yeah.
We cannot tell you.
But they always just like walk in the middle and they're like, oh, vodka shot with a sliced lemon. Here's 100, and we can't. Everybody holds money enough that when you touch it,
quick, yeah.
you feel it. You're like, this is not right. And then somebody spat at me once, but that was less funny.
That's not.
I could tell you this after, off the cameras. I'm full extent of that story, but
We would like to know that. Off the camera. We'll edit that part out.
So what's something about being at Mary's has taught you? Like dealing with the people?
What is what?
What has Mary's taught you since like dealing with the people, just being learning yourself?
I think it made me a nicer person and maybe like a better listener. I don't think I was ever like a mean person, but I worked at a job before here that had a lot of riffraff, and I had to be more guarded, and it kind of toughened me up in a way in some ways that I did, but some ways I didn't like. I kind of was just prepared, and then coming here, it softened me up again. That it's like I feel like I've always been like a social person, but it's kind of made me better.
Yeah, that in the back of your mind, like
anything
can happen.
Yeah, but then when you do feel it, I think I have gotten better at sensing.
That's the weird thing about like alcohol. Like they can bring the best out of a person, it can be the worst out of a person. Like it's just dealing with people every single day. You don't even know who they are, and it's something it's brilliant. That's what's great about bartenders. Like, how does that feel to you? Like you just deal with someone who's so many different personalities, so many ways they order stuff and they drink stuff. How does that make you feel being a bartender? Like it's just.
I think it's. I don't know. I think it's it's less and less common to have a conversation with a stranger in person these days. I mean, obviously you can do it on the internet, and it's like I usually don't. My go-to isn't asking people's names right away, like when they're leaving or like if it comes up, obviously. But it's cool to like just be like I could be a tertiary character in your life, and you could just have an honest conversation with a stranger, and like there's no reason to lie about things. And some people can call certain types of conversations surface level or deeper, but it's I think both those. I think context. I don't believe in like surface level or deeper conversations with like a person. It's like you're just having a conversation. It's like it's all the same. It's all like having a connection with somebody, and it's
I mean, even just that little connection, whether it's deeper or not, is still to some people like that's it makes them feel good.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's just like you don't have to go deep into it type of thing. It's just like you don't know what day they're having, and they just want someone to talk to.
Yeah.
About nothing, about everything. It doesn't
Exactly.
really matter.
Yeah. And it's just like listening to people, and whether I'm listening or them I'm listening, and honestly, this job is. They don't have a lot of rules at this job for me, but like one of them is like I just can't be on my phone. Like none of the bartenders can be on their phone, which I think is because you don't want to go to a bar and have the bartender on their phone.
I mean, because people are always on their phone now, so
Yeah.
there's like there's no connection now in just in general, just in every place. It's like even like when you're with your friends at dinner or something, people are always on their like phones and stuff.
And I'm guilty of it as like when I'm off, and it's like, and I can feel there are times I spend like an especially bad day when I'm on my phone a lot, and then I come to work and I can feel like my brain like cobwebs going away, like I can feel like going into a better mood just by having this.
Yeah, so unless like sometimes when you go to a bar, at least from us on this side, we want to just like just chill.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to have a drink.
And I can realize that too. I'm like, I've gone to people. I'm like, hey, so what brought you in here today? And they're like, just a drink. I'm like, okay, I'll let you. That's fine.
But at least because you're well aware now. You're like, all right, they don't want to talk. Maybe I'll go down there, and they might want to talk.
But also, some people are harder to crack in that way. Like some people come in, they're like, I want to talk, and some people like. There was like a guy who'd come in here, and I would just start talking to him, and then eventually we just started chatting, and my coworker was like, "Wow, you broke him? You got him to talk? Like that guy was a hard nut to crack." And I was like, and now he comes in here, and he's all like, "Hey,
Sometimes you need like someone to like speak
open
to
you
you.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's simple. That's why we love this. It's just someone who has a hard time just dealing with someone. You guys are here just to like talk to them, and then it's this simple conversation can make someone so much happier, so much brighter day, and it's one thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. That's why we love doing this. Like you guys, might not seem much, but it is a huge thing to a lot of people, and that's why you guys deserve to be out there and tell your stories. So, and that's why we do this. Like, how would you feel your bartending style is? Like, you're fancy, you throw bottles around.
No.
A slinger, you know what I mean?
I don't have any. I mean, I don't have any dexterity in that means. I'm a pretty clumsy person. I don't know. I'm very. I am pretty particular on. I can't. If I made a drink and it was like slightly off, I couldn't put it out there. Like I kind of like I'm not like, and not in like a snobby way, but I'm like okay, like even if I'm overwhelmed, I don't want to cut any quarters in the drink because you're spending money on this drink, and a lot of times like people can like a thing that I learned earlier on that helped me was I was overwhelmed and. You could take 5 seconds and take a deep breath and then go back. And if you just move consistently and like a good pace, that it's fine. It's like you can get it done. I don't know if that's a style. I guess that's more of a mantra.
It's fine. It's just
It's your style. Like it's like I need 5 seconds. Take a breath. Let me just make sure the drink is to your liking. So you're basically doing a service for the person on this side. And I mean, some people feel a little snobby, like give you. So you want to make sure that they're enjoying it. So that is a style.
I should wear it. I have learned though, and I'm working on it. Is that if I'm busy and working, I do show it on my face, and that's a coworker of mine who's like, she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I can see it on your face that you're.
I mean, it happens, but you're.
I was like, okay, well, I'll try to work on controlling that.
So, I'm sorry. So if someone orders a drink and they go, surprise me, what's your go-to?
I would have to have a follow-up question. I would have to be like, what spirit do you want? What do you want it like a boozy stirred drink or like more of a refreshing like shaken drink? Because it's like, I feel like if you just go to like I need, and somebody's like, it's fine. I was like, no, it's like, I'm going to pick an ingredient that you hate.
Yeah.
it's like if you go to a restaurant, you're like, surprise me. They don't do it with the food here.
No.
They say surprise me. I'm like, okay, do you want chicken? You want salad? You want pretzel? So I'm like, you just give it that, and then I can kind of from there
So it's good.
go in my head and think of a Rolodex or go to a menu.
All right. So like when you're off the clock, what's your choice of drink?
Here or in general?
Just in general. Just in general. Or here.
Because it's different.
Okay. So here and off the clock. And then
Here, a lot of times I get the House Mary's Martini. That's like one of my favorite go-to drinks here. And normally if you see me outside anywhere else, I'm getting like a High Life and a shot. So like I don't really, unless I'm going to a Miller High Life. Yes.
Do you have any pre-shift rituals? Like, do you set up the bar a certain way? Do you just try to like calm yourself down or anything like that, or just like you just go with the flow and that's get in there and just get behind the bar?
I think I just I only open for one shift. Every other shift I close.
Okay.
So it's different. Like today I open, but I kind of just like I just go in. I usually kind of disconnect from my phone for like 5 minutes before I go in. I don't want to like look at my phone or like listen to music right before I go into work. I kind of decompress a little bit.
like you guys are like pretty much family here. So like what seems like you guys are pretty much family here.
Yeah.
So like you know how some people like if someone's taking like you're taking over someone's shift, after ending. Some people don't properly fill up the bars or anything.
Okay.
Or you're stickler to anyone else? Like you kind of call them out.
No, not call them out.
Cool.
No, I'm in no position to call any staff out here. But I can be a stickler about certain things, about like preparation of a drink or like not like and it's very hard for me to say it. Like there are times I've like said to a coworker, I was like, oh, you stirred that enough, don't stir that more. And they're like, that's fine. I was like, sorry, I know I'm not your boss. They're like, no, it's fine. Like, because this is like, I've worked at a lot of places and this is a very small, tight-knit group. And I don't think I've ever worked at a place where like I get along with every single person I work with. Like I really love all of them. And I've worked with people in the past who I didn't like, but doesn't mean they're not good to work with. Sometimes you're a really good coworker and not really.
But I see like when we walk in here, you guys, but even
Amanda.
she also walked in. I didn't want to say name.
Sorry.
She
Not Amanda.
walked in. It was just like everyone's like, oh my god, nice to see you. It's just like I love that with bars. Like there are some bars where you can tell they don't really.
Everyone has a flow. It's like pretty much you work together. It's good. You work together. It's a good.
Yeah. Well, that was when I came in here. I was coming from like a real like very like high-end cocktail mind. And then I came in not really kind of expecting what type of bar would be. And when we all got hired, one of the owners was like, look, we all came from different backgrounds. Some of us worked at just dive bars, some of us worked at clubs, some worked at cocktails, some of the high volume. And the reason he wanted to hire all of us was just to like give a good vibe to people. And I know they do it. I hope I could say I do that. But so I think it's like if we all get along and we, make people. I think it makes everybody else feel comfortable. Like you sitting here quietly and you see a bartender chatting with this person, and they're chatting with this person. They're like, oh, okay, I can feel.
Like I said, it's homey and family.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice. Has there anything you learned from a regular, like coming in here every day? Has any regular taught you something or had a great experience with a regular that's been in your heart or mind forever?
In here or in general?
In here and then in general.
Well, not in here, just in general.
Yeah, in general, yeah. Whatever, like,
yeah. There is a regular who travels a lot and very worldly and comes in every so often whenever he's in town. And there's certain people in life I've met that I could just sit and just talk to for like 6 hours. Like, sometimes if somebody comes in here I do like most of the talking with certain people. Maybe people are just kind of shyer, and I'm doing a lot of the talking. And he's one of the people where I'm just listening to you.
Yeah.
And he was paraphrasing, I think, Anthony Bourdain when he said this, but I always attribute it to him because he says I was like, how'd you find this bar? And he says like, well, sometimes you just have to open up the door. You know, we can get so wrapped up. I don't think Bourdain said about this part, but he's like, you can get so wrapped up on like your phone and being like, okay, well, what's trending in this area? What's cool in this area? I don't want to go to a place that's bad. I want to go to this place. I want to be the best place. And you're kind of afraid of going to the wrong place and having a bad time. And I'm guilty of that as well. And it's like sometimes you just, if you walk past a place and then you walk past it and you think about it after you pass it, go back and go in. Worst thing is you have one drink, it sucked, and then you leave, you never go back again. But then sometimes you could find a place you never would have found. So he does that all over the world, when he's in London, when he's in Paris, when he's in Japan, and he said he's been to a bunch of terrible places, but because of that he's found places he's never found before. And that's what I try to do when I have my nights out.
I like that. Yeah. Just doing this podcast alone.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, we've lived in New York his whole life, most of mine, and we haven't seen most of these bars. Even, I mean, in New York, there's a lot of bars.
Yeah.
So, but I like that because we're doing this, we're seeing other bars. I was like, why weren't we here before? Like, I'm like, no one told us about this. Or like,
Yeah, there's so many places out there.
I feel like I'm always looking up reviews instead of just making my own review.
Yeah.
And I think that's the worst thing about something I'm learning, especially doing this, as we said, because I've never thought about coming here or never came here. And this place is really nice. I love it.
I was like, why didn't we come here sooner?
I'm also guilty of like, oh, I need to go to this place because it's on my list, and then I go there and then I never go there again. Because like, oh, I checked off that bar when it's like, that's not what I want to have with a place. I don't want to like, I'm not checking a box. I'm going to a place that
Yeah.
That's true. That's great.
Well, have you ever been to, well, not sitting here, but have you ever been on that side of the bar and let's just say either regulars or people that came in that you overheard a conversation like, what did you say?
Okay, yeah. Okay, anybody who's listening to this at home it's most, like 95% of bars are like built like this. Like they have a wall. Sound bounces off the wall. I can hear every single thing anyone's saying. You think you're whispering, it's bouncing into the wall. Like I go out with like my girlfriend and she starts to say something and I'm like, shh, don't say that. They can hear you. She's like, they can't hear you. It's like, they can hear you. And it's not that it's like,
I'm going to tell you right now, we have discovered this.
Yeah.
It was like, they can?
yeah. We just ignore a lot. Like if it's like, nothing, if it's not dealing with us.
It's like every bar that we've been to says something almost like, the whole time we be talking stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've had it. It wasn't here. I've had it at a spot where these two friends got a drink, and I was doing something else, and she was like, "Do you like your drink?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, "Tell the bartender." He's like, "No, I can't. Because I'm also guilty of that anxiety as well, as a customer."
Yeah.
And I walked over, and a trick I started doing is I pick up their drink. I'm like, "Oh, do you not like your drink?" And he's like, "No, it's fine." I was like, "Do you want it back?" And they're like, "No." But if you're like, "Oh, do you like your drink?" And they're like, "Oh, it's fine. But like, I knew he didn't like it. I was like, "Look, I'll give you another drink. I don't want you to. I'll dump it. I'll give you a new drink. I don't want you to like slum a drink and then be like, let's get the hell out of here and never come here again."
I don't know if I could tell someone the drink is horrible either. I would probably just down it and ask for something else.
That happened to me last week.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can do it, but last week I had a drink and I didn't like
I
it.
just down it. I'm just like, all right, let's
It
get
was
something else.
$19 and I just...
Yeah.
I'm the same way. It's very rare. I'd be like, oh, I can't drink this. I was like, I'm sorry. I can drink it. But I was like, if it's no. Like,
I think just knowing how people serve people is a pain in the butt, period, alone. And that's why I would never say like, "Oh, this is horrible." Please,
It's
send it
not.
back.
Look. I know I don't listen to my own advice, but it's not a problem if you.
It just
And I think if a bartender makes a big, like if I don't know, it's like I don't think a bartender should make a big deal of it if they mess up if they don't like a drink. Maybe if they were like they try to warn them. They're like, hey, by the way, this is like a mezcal Negroni. Do you like that? They're like, that's fine. They're like, why is this bitter? I was like, have you ever had Negroni? I was like, no. I was like, well, I was trying to help you. I've done that, and I've still taken it away. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I was trying to help it. I'll still take it over. You know, it's like, whatever.
It's amazing.
But again, I didn't do it last week.
I mean, it happens. We've all been there. So, okay. So, have you ever had someone order a wild drink that you even have to think, like, is that even real?
Yeah.
And what drink was it? And what
I can't say it because it had not like a swear word in it. I guess it was like, I don't know if I can curse on this podcast.
Go ahead. If we had to erase, we had to erase it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, if not, I have another story that's more PG. I can say after this. But yeah, somebody was like a guy, and he was about 10 years older than me. And I worked at a. He showed up and he was like, "Hey, do you guys know how to make a wet pussy shot?"
That is a thing. Though.
I know it is a thing. And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, do you know how to make it?" He's like, "I'll Google it." I was like, "Yeah, you Google it. You Google that for me and tell me." And I made it for him. I made him 3, and then he was like, "Oh, cool. Wait, actually, I'm with my brother, and he's with some of his like buddies that I never met before. Should I get 3 more to give to them as well?" I was like, "Well, then you'd have to explain to them what the name of the shot is."
So he was doing it a prank.
And it was, well, no, he wasn't. It's probably the only one of the shots he knew, and he was like, "Oh, okay, you're right. I won't do that." The more PG version is the guy came in once. Which might not be as funny. He was like, "Hey, can you make a living on a prayer?" And I was like, "What?" He's like,
I've never heard that before.
"Well, you probably, well, I don't blame you for not knowing, because there's only one way you would know it." Because he was like, "Oh, that's probably a complicated cocktail for you. Let me just get like a Heineken." I said, "Okay." It's a specialty cocktail at another bar in New York City. There's a bar, I don't know if it's on the menu, called Jungle Bird in the West Side, and they had a cocktail called Living on a Prayer. I knew because I was with a coworker at the time who worked there, and he was like, that's our signature drink over there. You don't just go to other bars and order a signature drink. You're not like, go into your next interview, your next podcast thing, and be like, let me get the Mary's Martini. You know, it's like they order a signature cocktail from me.
So if you had your own signature cocktail, what would it be?
I don't know. Like making it, or what do I drink?
Make it.
I mean, I don't know. I made a bunch of drinks. Like I made this winter drink now, which I do enjoy a lot. But
Yeah, I read that. It sounds good.
I don't know what my signature.
That's all right.
It depends on the season, I guess. I guess like in the winter it would be a take on a Boulevardier, and in the summer it would be a riff on a daiquiri or something.
So pretty much, we go at the end. We always ask bartender to pretty much say what they want to say. Sell yourself. Any
Like
quotes you would like to
advice.
say? Advice.
If you have anything going on, like, because we have like actors, people that are writing books or anything, like anything that you want to say.
This is your open mic.
Okay. Once again, my name is Jimmy. I work at Mary's. Come on down and visit. And you can say you was from this podcast, because I won't know who you are if you only know you from this podcast. Yeah, I don't know really.
No problem. Thank you so much, Jimmy. That's awesome. Yeah.
He's great.
Yes, this is awesome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us again on Can I Have Another? I'm Mike,
I'm Steph.
and have a good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was amazing.